Recording in progress.
You're going to talk about taking plays using the wedge as a means to take plays at the plate or any base for that matter, okay? Hold on just a second. Let me get rid of this. There. So when we start talking about taking plays at the plate, we want to start with our starting position. Our starting position for plays at the plate is going to be the point of the plate. At that starting position, we're going to determine as the plate umpire whether we're going to have a play at the plate, whether it's going to be a tag play, swipe tag, whatever it might be, slap tag. But we need to determine whether we're going to have a play at the plate. And at that point, we start to get in position. So as we determine that, the umpire needs to be on a string with the catcher. He's going to be about 6 to 8 feet away from the catcher, which is going to be a lot closer than you're used to, probably. As the catcher moves up and down the baseline, in fair territory where the throw might take them, in foul territory where the throw might take them, we want to stay on the catcher's inside hip. When I say inside hip, the inside hip could change, but it's going to be the inside hip between where the catcher is and where the runner is. So the catcher's inside hip and the runner determine the wedge. If the umpire takes a play not in the wedge area, there's a good chance that he's going to be blocked by either the runner or the fielder, depending on where he is. And in most cases, you're going to be moving as the play develops. So as the runner's coming into third, as the runner from third is coming into home and he's sliding in, you may be kind of right in his path of sliding, and you're going to have to make the call and be moving out of the way of the slide at the same time so you don't get hit. Any questions on basic definitions? It's pretty much the boring part of it. So now I got a video that I want to load up, guys, so bear with me a couple minutes, okay? Okay, hold on.
Did you load up the video first, Jimmy?
Yep, I did. I'm gonna exit out and try it again and see what it does. Why doesn't it? Oh. It doesn't show up again. Same thing as last time.
What video?
That one first. You have to stick by because I got a couple more right soon. This is a quick one. All right, guys. Here's some video and some narrative on plays at the plate using the wedge.
Come on.
There's no sound to it, Jimmy.
What was that?
There's no sound to it.
Oh, there's no sound? Oh, well, that's no good.
Remember, you got to check those two bottom boxes on the left-hand side when you're sharing.
Yeah.
That allows you to do the sound.
Right. I did originally, and then must be it didn't.
In order to do it, you're going to have to kick out, click that, and then do it again.
Let me know if you got sound now. There's no sound yet. I'll tell you when it starts.
This video mechanic
Can you hear him?
Yeah, there's a little bit.
Okay. Here we go.
diagram is going to focus on two elements of taking plays. First, using the wedge theory to get ourselves into position. And second, proper use of eyes as the play develops. Remember, the three elements of the wedge theory are: first, good starting position; second, adjustment with the fielder; and third, quiet steps as the play unfolds. The only issue with wedge positioning in these plays is that one lost step backwards. You can see the lost step backwards is eventually regained forwards. This could be the difference in perfect versus almost perfect positioning, depending on how the play.
So when I use the term point of play is actually, it's going to be right where you are when you called the pitch.
Unfolds. We'll see with both of these plays, our umpires putting themselves on the inside hip of the catcher and working to find the window where they can see the tag applied. This is the goal of the wedge theory. However, the difference in proper use of eyes becomes apparent when we look at the plays side by side. Good timing comes from using your eyes properly to see all of the elements of the play and then render a decision.
The only minor critique I would have about this would be, as this umpire makes the call,
Putting themselves on the inside hip of the catcher and working to find the window where they can see the tag applied.
so as he's making his call, he's focused in an area right here, which I get that, but you also want to focus at where the ball is in the glove. He doesn't have voluntary release yet.
This is the goal of the wedge theory.
And watch, he kind of does the same thing here.
The difference in proper use of eyes.
That's the
becomes
same
apparent
play.
when
There's
we
the other
look at
one,
plays side by side.
where he actually follows the runner.
Good
That one
timing
there.
comes from using your eyes properly to see.
So he kind of follows the runner past his
when we
slide
look at the
on this
plays
one.
side by side. Good timing comes from using your eyes properly to see all of.
And what I'm saying by that is, I really don't care what happened to the runner after he's by the plate, right? My focus should be on the catcher and the ball.
The elements of the play and then render a decision.
I got another video, guys, so bear with me a little bit. Yeah, it does the same thing every time. Pause it, please. Thank you.
Where's your minimize? Never mind. Go to Zoom. Go to share. This one?
Yes. Same exact thing. Why? The same exact.
You don't.
So on that video there, somebody tell me what you got. If you want me to show it again, I will. Tell me what you got, somebody. Nobody?
It's difficult because it's an errant throw and he's reaching over. And the runner's got it right to the plate. But the catcher was in the wrong position. If he was up a little further, it would have been a little easier.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
No, I don't. I don't know what you mean. What do you mean? What do you mean
So
when you say the catcher was in the
runner
wrong
was-
position? Go ahead.
The runner was in the base, in the running lane. The catcher was positioned in front of the plate. Because the throw came in bad, he had to reach across. And there's really nothing that he can do, and the runner's got a right to the plate. So there could be obstruction, but I don't think I would call it.
So I don't have your names up. This must be Josh, right?
Yeah,
Okay. So Josh, let me ask you this. And again, happening on the field, it happens so fast. I get it. We have the ability to watch it again and again. So after rewinding it, let's watch it one more time. I want to rewind it and look at it, and then I'll give you my explanation on it. But again, this comes from watching it a lot of times.
right.
So
And it depends on if the runner engages the catcher also.
okay, so let's watch it.
All right, the runner would be out. The runner made no attempt to avoid that contact.
For the runner, you mean?
Correct. He made no attempt to avoid that contact.
But
There's
Did the-
so many things.
okay, let me ask you this question. Did the catcher have the baseball?
What's that?
Did the catcher have the baseball?
He did not.
If the catcher doesn't have the baseball and he's in the running lane, what do you have?
The run scores.
Yeah, you got obstruction. I mean, the high school rulebook's really simple with that, really easy. If the defensive player does not have the baseball and he's blocking the path of the runner,
Right. The run will score.
it's obstruction. Run scores. And
Yeah.
did anybody see anything else after the run scored that they might consider?
Was there unsportsmanlike conduct there?
Yeah, I mean, you might be able to go with malicious contact. I mean, there was some pushing and shoving. I don't think I would probably get an ejection out of it, but There definitely was
No, that was, yeah,
that
he
right
was
there.
kind
You
of
could
arrogant with that.
that.
He was kind of arrogant with touching the plate after he was done, kind of shoving it in his face.
Yeah, I mean, you got to look at both sides of it. I don't think I'd get. You could get malicious contact if you wanted to. I think because of the way he pushed him, but you know,
Right.
I
that's
thought
up
it
to
might
you.
be, I thought it might be malicious contact even before he scores, when he ran into the catcher.
Can I give you a bit of
Yeah,
It's
see,
possible.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
for you to be living and sleeping 3 feet?
I mean, I
away
could
from-
see him an argument for that. I don't have it though.
I guess if he would have lowered his shoulder, maybe.
Right, he definitely didn't lower his shoulder.
Oh, I get it.
No, it's difficult.
You put her on. So you've got your.
He was blocking the plate.
Good positioning or bad positioning by this guy?
The catcher was blocking the plate before he even had the ball.
Okay, I'm focusing. Yeah, I'm focusing on the umpire.
Oh, that's terrible positioning.
Right, he wants to
That's
be.
terrible.
You see where my cursor is?
Down those steps by myself.
He wants to be over here, guys.
Oh, absolutely.
What's he looking at? He's looking at the backside of this runner. He doesn't know whether he's tagged or not.
Right.
So that's what happens. That's what happens when you're not in the wedge. He guessed. You might guess right, but you might not. All right, so this one, before we watch it, I just want to preface it with there's a lot going on.
What are you doing?
The catcher blocked the plate before he had the ball.
In that case, I'll come with you. Please don't.
And the umpire is not in the right position at all.
That's excellent, right? Both.
He
both-
should be off at least even to the left. He should be closer to the plate. He can't be right behind the plate, especially for that.
Right. I have a number of issues with this plate guy, but we'll start with, like you said, Josh, his poor positioning. So after the first run comes in, you need to always think ahead. That run's in, that run's done. I need to think about what else is going on in the field. Excuse me. So I'm going to look up third base and I'm going to see this guy rounding third base, the second runner that scores. So I know that when the ball was thrown, the pass ball from the backstop was thrown to the pitcher, he missed it. So now you see the catcher come in, okay? And the catcher comes in to make the play. But what does this umpire do? He just stays right where he was. He didn't even move. He didn't even adjust. That's one thing. The second thing, mechanic wise, I don't even see him make a safe signal for either runner that's halfway worth crap. You know? I mean,
Yeah,
you need to come up hard on both these runners if you truly are ruling safe, which is what he did. We'll watch it again here. But you need to be stronger with your mechanics. Those two things. And then we'll look at those two things. We'll concentrate on the umpire in this one. And then I don't even know what he's saying. Now he calls time. And now he's got a shit show.
No, he didn't. Yeah, he's got a shit show.
So kudos to his partner for coming in and having a level head and starting to disperse the players. They don't need, you don't want them all hanging around. You're just going to be getting into trouble. They're going to be yelling and screaming. So help your partner at the plate out, number one. Because right now, Brett, we got a shit show. Get rid of them guys. Like he's doing a good job of that. So now these guys are going to get together. And again, I have absolutely no problem with that. I don't know what my base guy is going to have for me on this, but if I got a shit show and I got to kind of straighten shit out, I'm going to get with my base guy and we're going to at least talk about what we have. If he saw anything different. So the second runner, he must have ruled out.
Yeah, he did.
Okay. But again, I hate to keep beating up on this guy, but they get together and he doesn't use proper mechanics again to say that the run scores. He points at the plate. All right, I'm fine with you pointing at the plate to let us know what play you're talking about. That's good. But he needs to give a safe sign. Okay? He needs to give a safe sign and he doesn't.
And everybody's pissed.
And everybody's pissed. And what you needed to do as that plate umpire is make that call. And now you owe an explanation to this guy right here about why did you overturn that call? We can only assume that his partner saw what Josh saw and he saw the obstruction. Okay. So you got to come to this guy. You got to come to this guy right here and you got to let him know why you overturned that call. He is deserving of an explanation. However, and we talked about this a little bit in the last group. You give him his explanation, but his time for arguing the play is over with. And I want to be clear on this with everybody. Once you get together as a crew and you make a decision, whether it's to stick with the same thing or whether to overturn a call, the coach does not have any more right to argue the play. If he does, you need to tell him, coach, if you continue arguing this, I'm going to restrict you. I'm going to written warning you. I'm going to eject you. Those are your three options. Okay. So we'll continue on. You'll see what he doesn't do. Mom doesn't think it's fair. So not fair. I'm not letting him do this. I'm giving him my explanation and then I'm turning my back and walking away. And my partner's going to escort him towards his dugout. So I know the topic here is wedge, but we also can look at handling situations on this play too. Obstruction. I think he calls him out. It's just poor mechanics all the way around. Anything else before we go on to the next one? That was good on that one, guys.
Pretty strict.
All right, here we go.
Where's my cousin? What's going on?
Get out to right field. This should be a pretty good challenge. Bruce has got it. Crawford goes. His throw is on the money, and it's not in time. Miller missed him. How about that?
I do not know how he missed him. The one hopper came up, and Corky Miller had to go up to get it. And that may have been the only window that.
Let's look at the umpire's
God,
wedge.
Jay Bruce, one of the best arms in the game. And right there, Phil Cuzzy saying, no tag. And he got it right.
Missed him. That was good.
I think he moved too far away from the catcher's inside hip, which is right here. I think he moved too far away from that to make the call.
Solid waste processing area.
Trash run.
Spotless record, multiple accommodations. Wow.
How about that?
I do not know how he missed it. The one hopper came up, and Corky Miller had to go up to get it. And that may have been the only window that Crawford got. Jay Bruce, one of the best arms in the game. And right there, Phil Cuzzy saying,
He could have been closer.
tag.
He did. Yeah, he did.
Exactly.
He
Yeah,
could've
I'm
moved.
glad you said that. So if we pause it right there.
Yeah, he could be to his left a lot more.
Yep, absolutely. And hey, I'm not telling Phil Cuzzy he did anything wrong. Don't get me wrong on this, but he definitely could have been more on the inside hip.
He got it right. Dusty Baker out arguing, and let's watch the throw one more time for Bruce.
You know, Mike, a lot of times umpires are just going to make that call because the ball beat him.
Right. Because he had a real good look of it. This is what he saw. The same view you're seeing on our Expo brought to you by Toyota.
I mean, he got it right.
I mean, he was across the plate when he tagged him.
Teach college history.
Second for Venable and Middlebrooks here in the seventh. There's a soft single into center field. Norris read it well. He's around third. Gotta go. Here comes the throw to the plate. He's in there. And the game is tied. Venable goes to second on the throw. It's even at one.
Watch this guy as he makes the save call.
Usually brings.
You know, we're worried about being too close to the play. Watch. A couple steps backwards, I'm right out of his way. This is a great wedge call.
Second for Venable and Middlebrooks here in the seventh. There's a soft single into center field. Norris read it well. He's around third. Gotta go. Here comes the throw to the plate. He's in there. And the game is tied. Venable goes to second on the throw. It's even at one. Good throw by Peterson in center field, charging the ball, but it wasn't hit very hard. So he had to come a long way to collect it. And Norris read it off the crack of the bat. He was running.
And you know what? He scored, tied score, everything. But you know what, though? Even if he's thrown out the plate, you have to send him there. You have to send him. Zach Greinke's on the mound. He's pitching a gem. It's a close game. Did he touch home plate? I hope he did with that front foot.
Yeah, he went over.
I don't know. I think Don Manley's his foot hit before the plate and then bounced up.
I'm glad of that. But can we get back to the question of time? Of course, Doctor.
To short right field, Reddick coming in. There's the catch. Suzuki tagging. Reddick's throw to the plate. Save! He got a hand in. And is Suzuki okay? An awkward slide. And now Bob Melvin will come out of the dugout for the fourth time this inning. Suzuki appears to be okay. Hicks moved up a base to third. The Twins have tied the game. What a great slide right here by Suzuki. You can see he was given a lane, and he touched the plate.
Pretty good wedge there, boys.
And they will review.
Wow.
See how he worked right around it? That might be the best one we've seen so far. We just watched.
Wow.
And he will definitely ask.
Hicks moved up a base to third. The Twins have tied the game. What a great slide right here by Suzuki. You can see he was given a lane, and he touched.
As the catcher rotates, he's rotating with him.
And they will review this.
And he's right on top of the plate.
It appears that our mystery medal is an antenna, like for a remote.
Okay.
Remote control for what?
Oh, I can't possibly do that.
Mr. Boomer.
You two can stop anytime. I got the peanut gallery in the other room making fun of me, so.
It's kind of embarrassing.
All right, let's see. Let me see if I can find that other video.
Big white phone.
You received it.
Yeah, I mean, accidentally dropped my phone in the toilet on the last one. And it doesn't even work now if you need proof. No, that's all right. Yeah, I cleaned it.
I'm good.
All right.
Cute kid though.
Listen, could you not tell my Navy buddy that I got sick? You know, we're not that close. You know, don't let me mooch your free ride. I promise not to embarrass him.
I thought Tiger said pay.
Sure. Travel. In fact, maybe gas, food, and hotel. And this is his deal.
God bless the Navy.
I know, right?
Petty Officer Brown, you're in navigation?
Yes, sir. I worked under Lieutenant Mills. Strict, hard worker. But she to join the ship, sir. But I didn't know her personally, sir. Understood.
You can relax, Petty Officer.
No, sir. Thank you, sir. This is the officer's wardroom.
Yeah, real fancy.
Show some respect.
Man, you're the one that wanted me on this damn murder boat in the first place. Oh, wait, don't say it. Murder.
You trying to share the PowerPoint, Jimmy?
Just trying to set a good example. It's not working.
No, I already did that.
Thanks, Petty Officer.
I already showed that one PowerPoint.
Let's go.
Well, how's this?
I got another video I wanted to show.
Well,
Yeah, nobody knows anyway.
well, it's one of the captain's.
Hold on. Is it out? Why can't I? My thing got all messed up over. Came back a minute ago.
Hello, I'm the new person here. Which video? This one? I don't know about you.
It says I'm screen sharing. You need to stop the screen sharing. Yeah.
Screen share.
Oh, I ended up with it. Thank you. Crap. Hey, away.
Play.
To short right field, Reddick.
Can you guys see this? Can you see the video?
You're good, Jimmy.
Thank you.
Coming in. There's the catch. Suzuki tagging. Reddick's throw to.
In my house is the reason I slept like a baby last night, okay? I had no cold sweats,
The play, save, he got a hand in. What a great slide right here by Suzuki. Can see he was given a lane, and he touched the plate. And they will review this. And they replay it here on the scoreboard, and they get the angle that we showed you a moment ago.
It's the same one we just saw, but
So
different video.
Confirming the run has scored, the game is tied, and Mauer will come to the plate with the winning run at third.
Well, again, take a look right here. Suzuki on the foul side sweeps that hand across the plate before Norris can tag him.
I didn't know you could fly drones.
Yeah, it's even
Obviously, you've never seen an illegal street race.
Wait.
One on his end.
I saw it was on the Buenos Aires underground. They're not as big as cars, but they're faster and way more violent. Hi.
335 hitter against the American League. Base hit to right field. One run is in. They're waving Holiday. Here's the throw from Bautista. It is in time. Mike Matheny quickly out of the dugout.
From the replay right here, first pitch swinging Alan Craig right into right field. Here comes Bautista. Charges, and he's been so accurate this year.
That's what I'm doing on our Tiger Cruise. They're called Gibbs.
He was still moving.
Yeah. And that's how they're telling you there's front and back wedge there, both sides of the play, 180 degrees,
Let's see if he gets them. Yeah.
still rotating around.
So Matheny returns to the dugout without asking for the review.
Yeah, he should have been there before that.
He got him on the back before he touched home plate.
Longoria has 212 doubles. They're 3 away from the all-time leader, Carl Crawford, who has 215. There's a base hit to left field. Jennings scores. Zobrist is coming home. Here's the throw from Gardner. Here's the play. He's out.
Third base coach, pretty aggressive. Gardner comes up clean. He's got a good arm. Aggressive.
So you're into drones.
Getting him fairly easily. There you go on the Yes Mo, brought to you by your Mercedes-Benz Tri-State dealer right on the front leg. I say aggressive. Ben Zobrist wasn't even at third base. Tom Foley, third base coach, kept wheeling him. Yes, he did.
Line drive, center field, base hit. Teixeira's being waved home. Here comes Kiermaier's throw, and it is in time. They got him. Good tag by Bobby Wilson.
See the difference? So we talked about that one video we watched earlier when I was commenting that the umpire didn't stick with the pitcher when he made his call to see if he had voluntary release. Watch this guy.
And it is in time. They got him. Good tag by Bobby Wilson. Here's another look. Wilson.
No, they stopped Stewie at the front gate when he realized he didn't have his driver license. Claims it must have been stolen.
That explains how our imposter got on the show.
Yeah, no matter
Reaches, and he gets him. Dan Iasonia with the call. The tag on the upper left leg.
Very surprised if this is overturned.
They like this is just like a cheapo fix-it job, but because they left the old radiator.
The ball is out. He's out at the plate.
To Chelsea. Waited on it, bounces it right off the second base bag and into center. Cherry coming home. The throw by Anderson and the tag gets him. Throw to third. Play there. Safe. Cherry coming around. Watch this throw from center field. It's a great play all around. Fields it, gets a throw on its way. How about Brockenridge right in front of the plate?
That does a real good job.
Get up and fire down to third. The presence of mind. Talked about being one of the best catches in the state. Great play right there.
See how he starts point of plate, and then when he anticipates the play at the plate, that's when he makes his move.
Great play all around. Fields it, gets a throw on its way. How about Brockenridge right in front of the plate?
And then the ability to get up and fire down to third, the presence of mind. Talk about being one of the best catches in the state. Great play right there.
Talk about being one of the best catches in the state. Great play right there.
Yeah, questions, Sylvia?
What's it like being?
2 for 3, also a walk today for Tanner Gardner. Big time respect for Gutierrez with the left-handed Gardner on deck. Joe Engel, the pitch. Pulled behind the bag at first, knocked down at a foul ground by Bryce Harmon. Around third, here comes Floyd. Throw to the plate. Out at home plate, it's Floyd. And here comes Tim Tadlock. Aggressive base running for Texas Tech. And Bryce
Who's on the wrong side?
Floyd trying to score from second.
Everybody was
Yeah,
in
we'll
the
get a
way.
good look at it. That's a good observation.
The aggressiveness of third base coach J. Bob Thomas going ahead and sending Floyd and Harmon, the first baseman for the Pirates.
He was blocked.
And then Harmon throwing home to Travis Watkins, and they get Tyler Floyd trying to score from second. Well, watch the throw from Harmon. One hop. Watkins. Wow.
He had to be inside.
Yeah, he's not, is he?
No. The catcher blocks you.
He goes too far. And now he's looking at the back of this.
Yeah. There's no way. Unless he's got x-ray vision.
Nah, he's guessing.
Harry Greer, the plate umpire. The throw clearly beat Floyd.
That's the best. This is the angle I wanted you to see. See what he's looking at?
Yeah, his ass.
He just went. He had the right idea. He just rotated around too far. I don't know why, but
did he tag him before the hand got in there? It's a tough call right here. And on first look, it looks like Floyd possibly gets his hand underneath. But again, the angle for home plate umpire Darryl Arnold, he's behind.
even the announcers figured it out.
Watkins, he's behind him right now, so he can't see.
And what are you guys making for a call? Out or safe?
I think he was probably safe. His hand got in there because the ball took him away.
Yeah, I think he was safe too.
It's tough.
Hey, Jimmy, where should have the ump been on that one? Out towards the pitcher's mound or behind the plate?
I'm sorry, I had it playing. What was that?
Where should the umpire be on that one? Should it be rotated around out towards the pitcher's mound or at the point of plate? Which wedge should he have been then?
So you see where my cursor is?
Yeah.
Right there. So here's your wedge on this side. The other wedge is over here, but you're not going to want to be there unless for some crazy reason you got stuck out in this area, but you shouldn't. So inside hip, runner, wedge is right here. Brings you right about there to watch it.
But I have never sifted through these babies.
Does that answer your question?
Yep, thanks.
Yep, you're welcome.
Instant replay is in use in the super regionals, but
So you can see why you want to be there.
You're right.
Because you look at it right there. That's where it's all going on.
In a different trash bin than our dead body. It's beyond repair. That doesn't stop me from harvesting its organs.
the hand getting in there. Awfully close. And again, instant replay is in use in the super regionals, but this is not something that is reviewable. Again, it's just, you're at the mercy of the position of home plate umpire Daryl Arnold on this play.
That's real disappointing that the announcers don't, because usually they don't know anything, but those guys were right. Let's go on and talk about two-man mechanics, starting positions. Well, before I do that, anybody have any other questions about wedge? Okay, two-man basic starting positions, guys. And the other thing I want to reiterate that we need to, as an association, work harder to be better at, and that is pre-pitch signals. I'm going to try to find something to send you guys or to use in the next video I'll show you that gives you examples of pre-pitch signals. I'll give you some here tonight too. But anytime a situation changes, different base runners, different positions, outs, you want to give a pre-pitch signal to your partner. Preferably the home plate umpires should initiate it. And I only say that because he has a lot going on, and I would prefer to wait till he's set to give that pre-pitch signal. That being said, I'm not going to wait all day for my home plate umpire to give me a pre-pitch signal. I'll wait a little bit, and I'm going to give it to him. Okay, and we need to be better at doing this as an association altogether, so we know we're all on the same page. So umpire starting position responsibilities. If there's nobody on, and I'm a base umpire, I'm in A, correct? So my responsibilities are going to be fair foul up the right field line, any catch that's from right center over to right field, as well as balls to the fence, any potential home run ball. We want to go out on all those as our base umpire in the A position. Any question on that?
Obviously, no.
What? There is absolutely no harm if you're in A on going out on everything. Matter of fact, we encourage everybody to go out in A as much as possible. So be prepared if you're the plate umpire that my base umpire is going out on a ball to right field. That means your butt's got to get out from behind home plate, and you got to start getting an angle from the mound, probably, and see what you're going to have for runners for your responsibility for the runners. You may very well, with a ball in right field, have a runner that's going to get a triple out of it. Okay. So if we have R1, that's a situation that gives us a rotation. So R1, we're in B position as the base umpire. Our responsibility is R1 at first base. As the plate umpire, we have R1 going into third base. Simple, something we've always done. Make sure we're on for that rotation. This is one that I don't think we're really up on. So if we have R2 with less than 2 outs, and we have a catch in the outfield, R2, so we're in the C position as the base umpire. We have less than 2 outs. Who can tell me who has, if it's a ball hitting the V, who has the catch, no catch responsibility?
Base umpire.
Thank you. Who has the tag up of R2?
Home plate.
Incorrect. Base umpire. Who has R2 going into third?
Oh, that's my bad. My bad. The home plate umpire has the third base guy when he goes to third.
Correct, Josh. Yep.
I got that confused.
Yep. No, that's okay. So being that we're the base umpire, ball hit to the wedge, we can stick right on and line up. We want to line up the catch and we want to line up the tag, which means if we started out in C, I've got to move. I got to move and I got to line stuff up. Okay. So keep that in mind. Any questions on that? Okay, R3. We have R3 only as the base umpire. We're in C position. Oh, let me back up to R2. I'm sorry, I didn't want to go over this. So R2, if we have a ball hit to right field or on the right field line, and I'm the plate umpire, my first responsibility is catch, no catch. I'm sorry, my first responsibility is fair foul, catch, no catch. So if I'm watching a ball up right field line, I'm probably not going to be able to get to third base for R2 going there on the tag up. So this is one of those exceptions where we're allowing the plate umpire is not going to be able to rotate because we want you guys to focus on the responsibility of fair foul, catch, no catch, all in fence. So if I am the plate umpire, I'm going to verbalize to my base guy, Josh, I'm on the line. I'm on the line. Then he's going to know, guess what? I have R2 as the base umpire going into third base. So that's one of those exceptions that we want it. We want to do it that way. Any questions, comments, concerns on that?
No.
Okay, R3. If we have R3 and we have a tag up situation, ball to the outfield with a catch. As the plate umpire, I want to line up R3's tag. I may have catch, no catch responsibility if it's to left field or right field. But even if I don't, I still have responsibility for R3 tagging up and going home. Even if the base umpire has catch, no catch. Plate umpire always has the tag up of R3. Oh, any questions on that? R1, R2 with less than 2 outs is a rotation on a catch. And it's basically the same thing as R2 only. So one thing on that, if we have R1, R2, and we have a ball hit in the wedge, who has tag up responsibilities for R2?
Where are we going? Yes. I'm gonna have to call her, okay?
Anybody? R2 tag up, ball hit in the wedge, less than 2 outs. So the base umpire is going to have him. If I have R1, R2, who has somebody needs to turn me down in the background. I can hear myself echoing. So R1, who has the tag up of R1 in that situation? The base umpire does. So the base umpire technically has tag up for R1 and R2. Are you going to be able to get both of those? Absolutely not. What do we want you to focus on? We want you to focus on R2. That's where the appeal is going to be by the coach. It's going to be for R2 leaving early, not R1. If the appeal's R1 leaving early, we're going to have to take that responsibility and you're going to have to, give it a save as he didn't leave early, because you can't very well call him out if you didn't see him leave early. Okay. R1, R2, R3 as the plate umpire, I'm staying home, right? We want to know that as the plate umpire, we have the tag responsibility for R3 on that. Base umpire R2. Again, R1 in a two-man situation, we're gonna let him go on his own and roll the dice as it may be. R1, R3 is the same rotation as if we only had R1. As the base umpire, I'm going to rotate up to third base. I'm gonna glance over my shoulder and watch R3 touch the plate. And I'm gonna go up to third at the same time and watch the play from me and watch the play happen. So on that situation, two positions you can be in as a plate umpire. If you believe you're going to have a play at third base and it's not going to result in the runner going home, take that play from the outside. If you think there's a situation where you're going to have to get back to the bag, and take that play from the inside. So the last thing I want to go over is, let me X out of this. Last thing I want to go over is pre-pitch signals. It's going to be kind of hard. I'm going to kind of show you a little bit if I can. So pre-pitch signals, R1 only. As the base umpire, I'm going to point to R1, right? Like that, like that. As the as the plate umpire, I'm going to point to third base, meaning I have R1 at third base. This should be done anytime you have a change in situation. Okay. If we have the situation where this is the sign a lot of us aren't real used to doing, probably if we have R2 only or R1 and R2 with that tag up situation with less than 2 outs. So the proper signal for that is I'm going to let my partner know that I have the tag up. I'm putting my fists together. I have the tag up and I have, and my plate umpire has R2 going into second. Okay, so that's that signal there. Other than that, you have your infield fly. Okay, infield fly. So infield fly 1 out, infield fly with 2 outs. I'm sorry, infield fly with no outs. So those are the signals we want to make sure we're giving pre-pitch. Any questions on those? Any questions at all for anything? All right, guys, I appreciate your time. And as long as we don't have anything else, have a good night. Thank you.